Hello everyone, welcome back to Flower Care. Wishing you a peaceful and joyful day, and always find relaxing moments with your family and your green and vibrant orchid trellis. In today's video, I will guide you on how to restore and care for sick orchids in the garden, helping them quickly regain vitality, grow healthy again, and bloom beautiful clusters of flowers. All it takes is a few very simple ingredients and some easy-to-apply practical steps. Please watch the whole video to grasp all the useful tips to help your orchid garden stay green and long-lasting. This is an orchid that is showing signs of weakness. The leaves are starting to wilt and turn yellow, indicating that the plant is having health problems. The cause may be due to the substrate being contaminated. When the substrate is no longer clean, fungi and bacteria can easily develop, directly attacking the root system, causing damage to the roots. As a result, the plant cannot absorb enough water and nutrients, leading to wilting and yellowing of the leaves. First of all, we need to remove the yellow leaves to help the plant save nutrients. Next, we will check the entire substrate to see if there are any signs of mold, compaction, or fungal infection, because this is a factor that directly determines the health of the root system and the growth of the orchid. As you can see, most of the roots located outside the surface of the substrate have dried up. Many parts have rotted widely and have almost completely lost their vitality. I will remove all the old substrate so that I can carefully observe the condition of the internal roots. Because if the substrate is infected or rotten, keeping it will only cause the orchid roots to continue to weaken. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons to support me, and don't miss any useful orchid care tips. I'm happy to accompany you on the journey of nurturing and conquering the beauty of orchid pots. After removing all the old substrate, we need to use a pair of sharp and thoroughly sterilized scissors to prune all the rotten, dried, or damaged roots. This helps to completely remove pathogens, while creating conditions for the remaining roots to recover and grow healthier. What country are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments below. It's great to be able to connect and share our passion for orchids from all over the world. On the lower stem, the black rotted sections also need to be completely removed to prevent the disease from spreading and retain healthy tissue for the plant, creating a foundation for the recovery process and new roots later. There is a leaf left that has started to turn yellow. I will also remove it immediately so that the plant does not have to spend more nutrients to nourish the weakened leaf, and at the same time limit the risk of spreading disease to other leaves. Next, we will clean the orchid with clean water. When washing, use moderate water pressure so as not to crush the roots or damage the stems and leaves. The clean water will help completely remove any remaining old substrate, wash away dirt, fungi, and bacteria on the surface. This is a very important step to help the plant breathe, minimize the risk of reinfection, and create conditions for the next treatment steps to achieve the best results. After cleaning the orchid, we need to use a soft, clean towel to dry all the remaining water droplets on the leaves, stems, and roots. This helps to limit the prolonged wet condition, the cause of easy rot, and creates a favorable environment for fungal growth, while helping the plant to be drier and more airy. The raw material I use to make organic fertilizer for orchids is ginger, which has been naturally fermented for 3 months. This solution contains many beneficial biological active ingredients, which help fight bacteria, prevent fungi, and provide nutrients to help orchid roots recover quickly and the plant grow healthily. I use 20 milliliters of naturally fermented ginger as organic fertilizer for orchids. This amount is just enough to provide biological active ingredients to help fight bacteria, stimulate root growth, and support the plant to recover safely. Add 1.5 liters of warm water to dilute the solution. Stir well to dissolve the solution completely with water, then let the solution rest for 15 minutes before use. The next ingredient I use is breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs provide a source of easily biodegradable organic nutrients and create an environment for beneficial microorganisms to grow. I use 2 teaspoons of breadcrumbs. You add 500 milliliters of warm water to promote the dissolving process and release the nutrients in the breadcrumbs into the water, making the solution easier to absorb when used for orchids. Cover and let it sit for 1 hour before using. After about 15 minutes of resting, the ginger has dissolved evenly in water, forming an organic solution rich in biological active ingredients. Use a vase with the same height as the orchid. Then turn the orchid upside down and put all the leaves and tops of the orchid into the vase. Next, pour the ginger nutrient solution over all the leaves and tops of the orchid. Soak the orchid in it for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, we will gently lift the orchid out and let it dry naturally. After 1 hour, the breadcrumbs have completely dissolved in water, forming a solution rich in natural nutrients, very good for supplementing the growth of orchids. Next, I will pour the breadcrumb water into the ginger water and filter out the roots. Stir the mixture well to dissolve the nutrients completely. Then let it rest for about 15 minutes before using it for the orchid. After 15 minutes of resting, we will get a liquid fertilizer solution that is very good for orchids during the recovery process. I will use this organic fertilizer solution immediately to take care of my orchids. Use a soft cotton pad. Soak it in the nutrient solution and gently wipe it on both sides of the orchid leaves. This method allows the leaves to directly absorb nutrients, helping to increase resistance and promote photosynthesis. At the same time, the cleaning process also removes dirt, impurities, and limits the growth of fungi and bacteria, helping the leaf surface to be more airy. This is an important care step, both nourishing and protecting the orchid leaves to always be green, healthy, and supporting the whole plant to grow sustainably. Next step, I will pour the nutrient solution into a clean cup. Then put the orchid roots into soak for about 25 minutes. This method helps the roots absorb nutrients directly, recover faster, and stimulate the growth of new roots. I will use the remaining nutrients to care for other orchids in the garden. I continue to use the leaf wiping method to care for the orchid. When wiping this nutrient on the leaves, ginger contains natural antibacterial and antifungal active ingredients, helping to protect the leaf surface, limit the penetration of bacteria, fungi, and prevent rot. Meanwhile, the nutrients from the breadcrumbs after dissolving will add a quantity of beneficial microorganisms and organic trace elements, helping the leaves absorb directly, increase resistance, and promote photosynthesis. Another way is that we can water this nutrient solution directly into the roots and substrate. This method helps the roots absorb nutrients quickly, while adding beneficial microorganisms to the substrate, creating a clean and nutritious environment, supporting the orchid to recover and grow healthier. Then we lift the orchid out and put it back into the ideal environment in the garden for the plant to continue growing. After 25 minutes of soaking, we will take the orchid out. Before replanting the orchid, I will apply cinnamon powder directly to the cuts. Cinnamon powder has strong natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, which will help the wound dry quickly, prevent rot, and protect the plant during the recovery period. Then, let the orchid rest for 1 day in a cool place to let the cuts dry naturally and avoid infection. After 1 day, the cuts on the orchid have healed. Now we can proceed to plant the plant in a new substrate. I use a pot with drainage holes and ventilation to keep the orchid roots dry and grow healthy. For the growing medium, I will use pine bark, a material that is breathable, retains moderate moisture, and helps orchid roots grow healthily. If you encounter any difficulties in the process of caring for and growing orchids, do not hesitate to leave me a comment. I am always ready to support and help you take care of healthy orchids and soon show off their brilliant flowers. To fix the orchid, I used 2 iron rods and bent them into a U shape, helping the plant stand firmly in the pot, while keeping the roots and stem from being bumped during growth. I use additional clamps to secure the orchid leaves to the iron rod, helping to keep the leaves straight, avoiding breaking or warping. Next, I added a thin layer of moss to the surface of the substrate. This layer of moss helps keep the roots moist, creating an airy but still humid environment, while protecting the new young roots from insect attacks. After planting, I will use clean water to water the growing medium evenly so that the orchid can absorb the necessary moisture, helping the roots to make good contact with the growing medium and quickly stabilize in the new pot. On normal days, we will spray clean water on the orchid every 2 days to maintain the necessary humidity, helping the leaves and roots stay green without making the substrate too wet, limiting the risk of root rot and fungal diseases. Then lift the plant out and put it in a well-ventilated place for the plant to gradually recover. After 4 weeks of persistent care, the orchid has clearly recovered. The leaves become greener and fresher, no longer showing signs of wilting or yellowing like before, showing that the vitality of the tree is gradually stabilizing. The young leaves of the orchid are sprouting fresh, fragile but firm, light green in nature, glossy and soft. They show new vitality, absorb nutrients from the roots, and light well. The new roots that have emerged after the care process are growing strongly, soft but firm, with a natural white-green color and firmly attached to the substrate. They show that the root system is working well, absorbing nutrients effectively, and at the same time creating a solid foundation for the orchid to grow healthily and prepare for the upcoming flowering stage. I continue to prepare more organic fertilizer from GE ginger combined with breadcrumbs to care for the orchid. I poured the nutrient solution into a spray bottle and gently misted it onto the orchid leaves, using the foliar fertilization method. This method helps leaves directly absorb nutrients, supplement beneficial microorganisms, increase resistance, and promote photosynthesis, while providing comprehensive care for orchids. Or instead of spraying leaves, we can water this nutrient solution directly onto the roots and substrate. This method helps the roots absorb nutrients quickly, provides beneficial microorganisms into the substrate, supports strong root recovery, and promotes comprehensive orchid development. Next, we will lift the plant out and place it in a well-ventilated place with lots of indirect light. During this period, a well-ventilated environment and adequate light will help the orchid absorb nutrients well, enhance photosynthesis, and recover quickly, creating favorable conditions for the plant to grow healthily. After 3 months of persistent care, our orchid has had a clear change overall. After the care process, the leaves of the orchid become green, shiny, healthy, and firm. Old leaves are dark green and sturdy, while the new leaves are soft but full of vitality, naturally shiny. The new flower spikes of the orchid are sprouting vigorously. Small buds are beginning to form, separating from the main stem with natural bright colors. They are upright, strong, and grow evenly, signaling that the orchid is about to enter the brilliant blooming stage. After care, the orchid's roots have recovered strongly, are naturally white and green, firm and firmly attached to the substrate. The old roots no longer show signs of rot, while many new young roots have emerged that are healthy, soft, but full of vitality. They help the plant absorb water and nutrients effectively, while creating a solid foundation for the plant to develop fully and prepare for the flowering stage. Through the clear manifestations of the plant, it can be seen that the care method we apply is completely correct and brings very good results. I hope this video will help you take care of orchids at home more effectively. If you find it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on simple, natural, but highly effective orchid care tips in the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Wishing you all good luck, happiness, health, and success in your orchid garden care journey. Hope to see you in the next videos.